Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to our Week 4 previews and predictions episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, main event JD, Jon Dowd back at it again, represent BIB. And we got Nick back on with us. He is the honorary fifth. He might be the official fifth at the end of this episode. We got to wait and see. But Nick, welcome back to another week.
Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate you having me back. It's always better to come back off that dub, you know?
Hey, man, we got a nice little W in Week 3.
Yeah. Ate a
But
few.
now, we ate a few, but now we move on to Week 4,
Yes, sir.
which we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a laundry list, a lexicon of injured reserves. We got obviously our score predictions coming soon. We're gonna give our thoughts on this wide receiver room. Do we go out and sign or trade for someone? Maybe not this week, but coming soon. But guys, before we get into any of that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on BIB. Currently sitting at 735 subscribers, so thank you to every single person who subscribes to us. We cannot do this. Me, Justin, Chris, Andrew, Nick, and every guest we have on. We cannot do this thing without you. With that being said, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, share with a coworker, share with a family member. It doesn't matter who they share, you share it to, have them subscribe. On a road to 1,000. I want that by the time I go up to Northwest in December. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. But let's get into this. Let's just start off with the biggest story going into game week.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Possibility of no Terry McLaurin and no Jayden Daniels. We could be without our true two top stars.
Yeah, especially the way the season started. You thought, these are our guys, man. Coming into the season, okay, how many yards Terry gonna get this year, man?
Yeah.
Can he get 50? Hell, let's get 20 touchdowns this year. Now it's like, can we get 7 games? Can we get 8 games?
Yeah.
Because it is not looking good for Terry, man.
Yeah. So going into this week, I talked about this on the Burgundy Breakdown. I'll go one side above Nick's head, or just click the link down in the description. Reedy Z, and we had Big Herb on. Big Herb with an H. My bad, BH. I'm sorry, dude. It's the chef in me. We talked about it. He's getting a lot of consultations done, a lot of different opinions done. As of recording, it is coming out from Mike Garofalo and company that he will not require surgery. There's been talks about it. It's the quad, it's the hip flexor, it's the groin. All we know for sure is per sources, he will not require surgery. As he sought out multiple medical opinions throughout the week, he is probably doubtful, if not questionable, going into Sunday. But at the current state of things, from here until game day, no surgery up until this point. I think that is huge, huge news. But, as I said Wednesday night, he could be out for up to 4 to 8 weeks. I'm giving him the long-term IR waiver if that happens. What are your thoughts on this whole Terry could miss anywhere from 2 weeks to 8 weeks with this whole injury thing?
Man, as much as it sucks to say, I truly think you're right, man. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. I think this is all of that 6 to 8 weeks window. Short-term IR, it just ain't, it's not going to matter, man, because the way I look at it is yeah, he's been healthy. We've been blessed to have him for so long, and being healthy, yeah, a couple of games here and there, he'll roll an ankle, be on, get some ice, rehab for the week, be questionable during practice, just to suit up on Sunday. And that's who Terry is, man. So I look at it from the player's point of view. You know what I mean? Just going back on it, if he looks like he has a bad injury, he shakes it off, he comes back, he's playing the next week. But if he's out here going to doctors and legit people who are all around the NFL and they're well known for this certain type of injury, this is not a tweak or a little boo-boo. You know what I mean? This is something serious, man. And I do like the fact that I did read today, like you just mentioned, man, no surgery, which is great.
Huge.
But at the end of the day, 8 weeks is 8 weeks, man. That puts us week 12, going into 13,
Going to the bye week.
I was going to say going right into the bye week. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, exactly. So it works in a way because it gets him that extra week or whatever. But
Yep.
he took 8 weeks off, and everybody said it, man. Everybody from me, you, Z, Reedy. I mean, everybody said it. Like B. Mitch, ESPN, NFL Network. When players miss camp and OTAs, these soft tissue injuries, they pop up like it's nobody's business, man. You know what I mean? And they're gonna hurt and they're gonna hit you. And unfortunately, man, it hit our Iron Man and Terry McLaurin, which sucks for sure. But the one thing I want is just like what Jayden said about himself. Like, it ain't up to me; it's up to the doctors. So we got to make sure we're having a full recovery. And at the end of the day, this team, yeah, we have promise. We almost did it last year. We have a good chance of doing it this year. But this team is ready for the future. You know what I mean? Like, we obviously a couple pieces here and there in the offseason every year aren't going to hurt you or kill you. But Terry is like the piece, like him, Jane Daniels, Cosme, people like that. Like, they're here, like they're not going nowhere. So it sucks that it's a piece, and then to add on to it that the wide receiver room just doesn't look like I don't know what they've been doing, man, but they have not been taking care of those bodies. I tell you that.
No. So going back to the whole hip flexor thing, this was per Ian Rappaport when he was on Good Morning Football, going just before Thursday Night Football, which Seattle and Arizona are looking like playing right now. Also, phenomenal rivalry jerseys from the Cardinals. Great contrast with Seattle. Chef's kiss. But Hogs Haven, Jane Daniels MVP, so Brandon on Twitter. This looks more like a hip flexor as he might be struggling to run. Could be wearing a brace. Brandon looked up on Google, and I'll obviously put up the graphic when I go to edit this. For the hip flexor, a grade 1 strain, 1 to 3 weeks. That's what we're hoping for at the best case scenario. That is what it is. It's grade 1, weeks 1 to 3. It would suck as we go into this gauntlet, but it is what it is. A grade 2, 4 to 8 weeks is what my hypothesis, my prediction was. Gives you a little more time, but it's going to suck for those 4 to 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Grade 3, which this is worst case scenario if they're not even telling us, which could be a tear. No reports have come out that's being a tear. This is just what the search result says. Potentially requiring surgery and could be 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, which chalk it up. Season's over.
It's wrap things up.
Yeah, man, that's not what you want to hear with any player, really, man. But like I said, and our guy Terry, man, that just sucks, man. And now all the people who were on the fence about paying them, now they've got their little leg to stand on. They're going to be talking their shit and all that kind of stuff. And it just sucks, man. It sucks for anybody. If this, I mean, hell, if this would happen, like Noah Brown last year, like with all the with the bodily fluids and all the kind of internal organs that he got messed up, man, that sucks. And he was brand new to the team. It just it sucks when you got a player that contributes the way he does, and you just know for a fact that it's just a waiting game at this point, man. Everyone wants to believe 1 to 3 weeks, but you got to be realistic at this point. If this was somebody who Zach Ertz, 49 years old, done this, done that, and it looks bad on the field, then you're like, oh my God, like, yeah, he's probably done it, right? But I mean, Terry, I have no clue where to even go. I've watched that film so much, and I've yet to figure out, when did it happen? Because they have the close-up when he catches it, and you look in his face, he's not, straining. He's just running, and then he dives out full speed, running full speed, walks over to the sideline. Next thing you know, done.
Bench.
He ain't coming back. So, I'm sitting there worried the whole time, why the hell's Debo standing on the sideline all game long? Did he get hurt? Just kind of find out. It's like, okay, well, the game was put away, whatever. But and then it goes back to it well, damn, this is obviously a conspiracy thinking about it this way, but are they holding Debo back because they Terry did something at warmups? earlier in the game, like, are they
Hmm.
like, holy hell, like we can't have Noah, Terry, and Debo all go down, you know?
No,
Who knows? But at the end of the day, like, I hope it's those 1 to 3 weeks, but my gut with how Terry is with everything, especially injuries, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good situation for him right now.
no, not at all. Um, Obviously, this sucks all around,
Yeah.
but it's not. And like with Jayden, he looks better. The injury report put him as a limited practice again.
He looked good today in the bubble.
Yeah,
He was, not full speed, but his little side to side pocket movement, stopping, going up, back, left, right, all that stuff. I
yeah,
mean, it looked pretty decent, but it's going to be a lot different when he's got, people breathing down his neck and, trying to make a 30-yard out.
for sure, for sure. Well, let's get into this week 4 thing. Let's start off like we did last week with this hammed injury report. On the commander side, John Bates is again do not practice, but this was kind of foreseen. Same thing with Noah Brown, Percy Butler with the hip again, that was foreseen. Krosky Merritt with the knee didn't practice again today. They did that Wednesday as a precaution, so it's not a serious injury, but it does suck.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens today when this comes out. We'll see what happens Saturday, obviously. I expect Bill to play. I don't see that being a case where he sits down. We got to elevate Kaz Allen or something. It's definitely not.
Oh,
Uh,
hell no.
no, Terry obviously with the quad, Jayden with the knee again. Amos and Yankoff were both full practices today. Thankfully, Amos with the calf, Yankoff with the ankle. And I mean, Yankoff was a full practice on Wednesday anyway, so he's just on the report because DQ knows how to run the system. So good on him.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that we are now talking about Lattimore could be injured somewhat, but he's not on the report, so that tells me that's a good thing. Butler's gone. Reaves is going to have to take a step up. Tyler Owens is going to have to take a step up. The addition of Darnell Savage.
Yep.
Does he play
Oh,
on Sunday? We brought in Preston Smith, but he didn't play on last Sunday, so this could be got to give him 2 weeks to get acclimated.
see, but that's what if people tuned in last week, they heard us talking about it with the Preston thing. This is what I was getting at with the Preston thing. Like I said that I didn't think he was going to dress, just for the simple fact that, like, who do you sit? Like that D line room. Believe it or not, because years past it's not been this case, but we're deep, man. Like, we are so deep, especially at the end edge position. Like, yeah, we didn't go get that flashy guy or draft, James Pierce or whoever in the first round or whoever everybody wanted to get. We didn't trade for Trey, which I still thought for sure, man. You go look at my post. I was the biggest advocate. I swear to God that dude was going to be in burgundy and gold. But anyways, I just looked at it as like, and we brought back Jalen Holmes. Like, there's nowhere for this man to play. There's no one that's going to sit. But as a safety, he's going to play. Like, he will suit up. And he's been a safety his whole life, right?
Yep.
He was in Maryland, balled out at safety. Green Bay balled out at safety. Jacksonville, yeah, whatever. Everyone has a bad stay somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this man, okay, you're playing cover 2, you know what to do as a safety. You're playing man, you know what to do as a safety. You're doing this, you're blitzing. Like, as a safety, okay, obviously zones can get confusing on like a zone blitz scheme or, hey, if this guy's on the field now, you got this. They're not going to throw him in something like that. I think for sure that'll be Quan and Reaves just starting the game, and Tyler Owens will come in on some situations. But there's no way he doesn't see the field on just like your basic 1st and 10, like, hey, now we're in the red zone. Now we're just going to run cover 3. Like, a safety knows how to run a zone. Like, they know what they're doing. Don't get deep. Like, it's that simple. So I think for sure that he will see the field. And hot take, because I do love Tyler Owens, man. Don't be shocked if that man gets in there over Tyler Owens either, because just from a physical aspect, Tyler Owens is great on paper, but on the field with gameplay, Savage is, he gets that check mark.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Me and Rio said this when we brought in Tyler Owens. He's a created player, a prototype. Like if
Yeah,
you were to build the ultimate safety,
really.
Tyler Owens is 6'2",
Yep.
like 160 pounds, running 4.40, has the length, has the girth, pause, like
Oh,
has everything you want in a safety.
yeah.
Just hasn't
Yeah.
brought it to the next level.
Exactly. He's still relying on that college,
Athleticism,
I can run through everybody. Like, nah,
right?
like you ain't running over Austin Eckler in practice. Like, you're not
No,
gonna run over this dude running full speed as you
no.
trying to take your head off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Now he does his thing in special teams. I'll give him credit. He's found a good spot in
like
special teams,
Reaves, yeah,
like Reaves done.
yes, sir.
But with the whole with Butler and Will Harris going down, with both of them now down, we're gonna see a definite increase of Jeremy Reaves. But this is what Joe Witt had kind of been saying all offseason is like, we really want to get Revo more snaps. We want to get Revo more touches. We want to get more Revo on the field. As
when he
much as
goes
this,
to the field, look what he does, man.
for them, I would give him probably a solid B, like a
Oh,
B overall grade. Like
hell
he's
yeah.
like there's room for improvement, but there's also room to downfall. He stays at a consistent 85. Give him 85%. You can obviously do better, but there's a lot worse.
Yeah,
Like there's
but
like Percy Butler. But I think it's gonna be if Darnell Savage does play, it's gonna be Savage, Quan, and Revo. Owen is probably gonna float. If I were them, I would put Medrano at one of those safety spots on like a third down and see, because they said he's got the speed
oh, he does, but
and the IQ of a safety in a linebacker build. He just has to learn how to tackle. Well, this is a good way to see what he. Because remember, Dom Hampton was a safety, went to linebacker.
yeah,
So what if Medrano is the opposite? What if he's a good solid 70 overall at linebacker, but we try him out at safety and he does like a 76? Do you just mess that around a little bit?
wow, that's something I legit that it's hard to stump me on this team, man. Like I never truly thought about that. I was actually thinking a little different with the whole safety aspect with Savage getting on the field and actually getting out there early and getting some actual clock, is because think about it, right? Do you want Tyler Owens 25 yards off the ball and trying to keep Drake London from getting behind him? No.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want that. But you want him up in the box. You want him close to the line of scrimmage. But, man, Reaves, this man is coming downhill on people, and he is filling the hole. He is very, very gap disciplined, and he gets to that edge. Like, who was it? Who got that ball on Sunday? I don't think was it Genty? I don't think it was Genty, but I don't know, man. I can't remember. It could have been Genty, but as soon as he took that ball outside, swoop, legs were chopped out underneath him. He had nowhere to go. And
I know there was the big play in preseason where it was Revo killing Trevion Henderson in the preseason.
Oh yeah,
game.
Illegal hit, yeah, whatever. But yeah, exactly. But man, I can't remember if it was like a jet sweep with like Trey Tucker that he hit, or if it was Genty that got it on like an outside. But as soon as that offensive player had that white jersey on, touched that ball, he was getting chopped down. And that's another reason why I think Savage is going to see a lot of time, because in those roles where like Harris would come down and check Brock Bowers last week. That was Percy out there covering, which still I can't go down that hole, man. That shit kills me. But there's no way, like Darnell Savage, man, he can cover. Like I've watched the tape on him, going to Maryland. Obviously, I'm not a Maryland guy, but local kid I keep up with. But man, he can cover. He can tackle. He's got hands. He's got good coverage skills. And Reaves will come downhill, tackle, wrap you up, hit you hard. So I could see a lot of that coming down into the box with Reaves and putting Darnell up top and letting Quan just go do his thing, like what you're talking about with with Medrano and just let Quan go all of because if it's anywhere near Quan, he's coming down with it. So
That's a fact.
yeah. So that's how I saw it. But damn, that's actually a solid point, man. Because Kane, and it's just a reach too, just because of the fact he's been on the inactive list. They're starting the linebacker on special teams over him.
Ballor.
No, what's damn.
Oh, I'll like Cahill.
Yeah, KO. Yeah, see, I always flip the K. I always think it's like K first name. It always screws me up, those. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, say what you want though. They really liked Cahill coming out of camp, so I mean, there's a reason why they kept him around. I'm not gonna discredit what Witt knows about linebackers. So.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, that's why I think he's out there because if something was to happen to McGee or Luvu or Wagner, God forbid, he would fill in because Kane's got the speed, he's smart as hell. But in the preseason games, man, he filled the gap before the running back got the ball, but it was the wrong gap. Or he's getting washed down because the offensive line was using that speed to their advantage. So,
yeah. It's going to be interesting what they do for defense. Going into this Week 4 matchup against the Atlanta Falcons, obviously I'm repping what we're going to wear. Burgundy on white. They're going to wear their all blacks. I'm just like, why? I don't like this matchup. But they've got some injuries themselves.
Yeah.
Nate Carter, running back, he didn't practice. Cardale Hodge, right receiver, he didn't practice. AJ Terrell, their number 1 corner, he didn't practice. Pitts, he practiced, but he hasn't been what we all thought he was going to be. JPJ was a limited practice for his groin injury. They have him as linebacker. He's obviously, a defensive end. But this Falcons offense is not great. Shout out to Brandon for putting out to the statistics. The Falcons' offensive so far rankings, 14 points per game, 31st. 1 touchdown per game, 30th ranked. Their red zone scoring percentage for touchdowns is 30th in the league. 1 passing touchdown in 3 games. God awful. They are 17 of 43, so 39.5% on third downs. God awful. And I think they only have 1 touchdown in the first quarter of all, 1 touchdown in all the first quarters of the games they played. So this Atlanta team, for what it's worth, that offense, we can get to them. If Carolina can drop a 30-piece and shut them out, I have high faith that we should be able to take it to Michael Penis Jr. and company.
Yeah, man. I can't. I was trying to find it right there, but I can't find it right now. So I don't want to misspeak and be like one of those people out there who just spread lies or whatever. But man, did you see that stat about Penix's record against teams that score something more than 7 points or something it's more than, I can't remember what it was. It was either he's winless when he's been losing by more than 3 or something like that.
It's a crazy. I would have to find that stat again, but it's a crazy stat.
And you read it and you're like, there's no way I read that right. But it's something he has not won a game when a team has a 3-point lead over them or something like that. I mean, because it's, you're looking at it. I'm looking at it here. They lost week 1, 23-20. They won week 2, 22-6, and then got shut out by the damn Panthers, man. Yeah, it's rivalry game. I get it. Each other real well, but you should know that team's not great. You should exploit something, and you have arguably I'm not going to say. Well, I guess you can argue he's the best running back in the league, but you have an elite running back at the spot of young rookie quarterback who, all the hype in the world going into this year. And they got Jake Matthews at the tackle spot, who's one of the best to ever do it. They've got a solid foundation on the line. They have they are who they are. They run past pretty much 50-50, man. I mean, they're very good at mixing in the run and the pass. You know what I mean? So,
I found it.
Whatever, but yeah, what is it?
I found it. So shout out to Football Forever because they keep dropping these bars.
Oh man.
Penix Jr., when the opponent scores more than 7 points, he's 0-4.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, that was it. I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 7, but when I read that, I was like, wait, like if they score more than
Yeah,
7, what quarter? The fourth? And then you like, oh, in general.
in
Holy shit.
general.
Yeah. That's
So, I
that's
mean,
nuts. So the
that
defense has to ball out. Like they have to play lights out for them to have any type of chance. You know,
it yeah. Let's go to this wide receiver room because their secondary, for what it's worth, even if they don't have Terrell,
yeah.
they still got Billy Bowman. They still have Jesse Bates. They still have Xavier Watts. They still have really good pieces in that secondary. I know it doesn't look like it at times, but with how bad our wide receiver room has looked outside of Debo, I mean,
Yeah.
Debo's been the shining light. Especially if Terry doesn't play, it's not gonna look good for either team.
No Terry, no Noah. I'm just
Nope.
I know Terry's not playing. I'm just gonna assume Noah's not. And let's just say like if Bill don't play, let's just say that
Man, don't do it.
Debo's gonna get 12 carries, man. Like
Man,
I think it's gonna be a healthy mix of McNichols and Debo back there.
and Rodriguez.
Well, Rodriguez, yeah, but I think he's very situational. He can start your game like he did last week, and then just pound it, get
Yeah.
inside the red zone, pound it. But when you,
I mean, he's good for it though. He's good for it though.
yeah, when you need to get stuff going, like you can't have,
Yeah.
a brick wall back there. So, but hey, we got touchdown scoring Luke McCaffrey now, baby. So we gonna see.
Hey.
But all jokes aside, we're gonna have to have it. We talked about this, earlier, man. It's if the production's got to come from somewhere, right? And we ain't bringing up Kaz Allen. I hope he's just, just relax, man. Take it off. All right. Take it easy. All right. But Ben Sinnott, he had his opportunity last week. Now I'm very critical on him because I don't think he's, gonna amount to much. I know it's early and I really hate to say it against a young kid. I really hate to say it because he is young, but so's Luke. And if I'm going to be critical on Luke, if we're willing to be critical on this one young guy, we have to be critical on the other one too. You know what I mean? At least Luke's got excuses. We got Terry, Debo. We drafted another receiver this year.
Yeah.
Ben Sinnott's been in the program with a 37-year-old tight end, man. And Zach Ertz is producing. So I'm not saying he should start over him, but the best thing Ben Sinnott's done since he's been on this team is exactly what he did last week when he came and smacked that dude on that block for
Hey.
because when he hit him, I was like, okay, Colson, like I legit said that.
Mhm.
And then I literally paused it, rewound it on commercial. And I was like, "Ooh, I think that was Sinnott." I was like,
Ben.
"About time." But I think it's him because how do you score that many points? We're giving Jalen Lane, a rookie, opportunities in the return game, capitalized on it. Giving Luke opportunities with a backup quarterback, capitalized on it, right? Why in the world, when this man is on the field, he was on the field the whole game. He was on the field the entire game and did nothing but lay one good block.
But to his credit, because I've been a Ben Sinnott fan since we drafted him, but during the draft process, whatever. With Bates going down, he had to have stepped into that blocking position. He did better than we anticipated at blocking because that was not his strong suit.
Yeah, but did he? Because the PFF grades on him and Colson Yankoff were the same. I don't know if you noticed that or not, though. And Colson blocked just as much.
I use PFF for all my mock drafts and everything just because I pay for the subscription. Your boy make some money.
Yeah.
Not off YouTube, obviously, off of actual doing jobs. But some of the PFF grades, I just look at them like, you give Andrew Wiley a 65 grade from the season. Yeah, like it's not everything. I would love for him to get in the passing game But when Mariota feels comfortable with Ertz, Debo, Lane to a degree, Chris Moore, it's hard for him to get into that mix when he's going to be the 6th or 7th read.
Yeah. No, I that's what I mean. Like, if Ertz goes down, okay, and he doesn't do anything, that's when I completely crumble up the paper. Don't talk to me about it no more. He's a lost cause. Get him out of here. Get as much as you can. Like B-Rob. Get a 6-4. Get whatever you can and get him out of here. We don't need him, you know. But it's just like Luke. Like, I don't want them to suck. I definitely don't want a person wearing my team's colors to go out there and suck, and I wish no ill will on them. But I need you to produce, man. I gotta have you producing out there. And in a production-based league, like, there is no other way about it. Like, you have to come in and you have to show up on the field for your team. Yeah. And he's just not doing it for me, man. But, you know, back to what we were originally talking about, but with the receivers, it's going to be a heavy dose. I mean, it's got to be Lane, right? You would think. Yeah. I mean, you know, maybe unless he's like Debo and he takes a 70-yard kick and he needs, you know, 3.5 quarters to get his breath back. But other than that, it's going to be Luke made a name for himself. So I still think we're going to hold off on bringing up one of, you know, either Brooks or Jones. I think we're still going to hold off. And if they sack Chris Moore, cut Chris Moore, if I wake up in the morning or while this pod's going on right now and I see an alert Chris Moore was cut to bring up Brooks or Jones, hey, I'm for it. You know what I mean? But, I mean, Chris Moore caught some balls. You know what I mean? Luke caught some balls. Jalen, obviously, huge factor in the return game, so he's going to suit up.
Yep.
Debo's still there. So, you know, and you're going to run with 3 tight ends. So, you know, Noah and Terry both down. There's a good opportunity for one of them to come up for sure. But, you know, could it be a good run game? Because are you going to try to keep are you going to try and keep Bijan off the field? Are you going to try and run the ball more? What are you going to like? What's the game plan going into this game and in their environment? You know what I mean? So it really just comes down to the script of the game. So I mean,
it's going to be play calling. That's what's going to make this game at this point.
Yeah, and they don't scare me on either side of the ball, to be completely honest with you. They gave us a hell of a game last year, but that was when, you know, when that was Penix's first game starting. What do you expect? Like, you're just going to run base defense because you've been playing it for Kirk for 15 weeks. You know what I mean? You're playing it for this guy to throw 350 on you and just hope to God Drake London doesn't get behind you once or twice. You know, Darnell Mooney was going nuts. Like, he had a career year. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, they do not scare me in the slightest. I think we go out there and I think we do exactly what we want to do against them. If we want to run it, we're going to run it. If we want to throw a 40-yard out route to Chris Moore, I hope if he catches it, we're going to throw it. You know, all 3 running backs are going to eat. All 3 running backs are going to get their carries, you know. So do you need to bring up a 5th or 6th receiver for the game? You know, who knows? So it's
it's going to be interesting. I need to see Cliff dial some things up, whether it's a few Debo jet touch passes, not a screen. Jet touch pass, do KC Wasp.
Yes.
Get a little creative because if Carolina can put up 30.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You can do some things. Now, the offensive line's going to have to block. But no one on that, like JPJ and Jalen Walker, dogs. Rukaroro, dog. David Onyemata, dog.
Yeah, but so's Max Crosby.
Like, to your point, and he didn't do a whole. I think he had a sack, but it wasn't.
It was
free.
You can't build or pick or go get any lineman in their prime from back in the day or today that was going to stop that. He flew off the ball and sacked the quarterback in slow motion.
Yeah.
and it looked like it was full speed. I mean,
Yep.
that was unbelievable.
But that's all he did though. So it's not like he was doing the Micah Parsons thing where he was in and around the field, making his presence known. You were here in the Giants D line week 1, but it wasn't the Micah reception, and then you do it again against Las Vegas. I think you can repeat against Atlanta. I think if they run out with the same offensive line they did last week,
Tunsil,
Chris Paul, thank you, Chris Paul, Tyler, Biotish,
Wiley, and Connerly.
Bingo, because I forgot who was backing up Coleman, because Coleman's also injured. I think if you do that, and you have Bates and Ertz, chip block and do a few things, or if Debo's going to block, because he can block.
Yeah, I don't think Bates will be there, but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Or not Bates. Sinnott.
Yeah.
Because Sinnott can do a little blocking now. Yeah. Mariota's going to have some time.
Yeah.
I just need the defense, primarily this the Mike line, the middle of the field linebacker to front coverage corners, to stop leaving the middle of the field wide open, because that's where these running backs out of the backfield and the tight ends are just killing us for every first down. Right there in the middle, right down bullseye.
Mm-hmm. It's on tape now, man. If any, okay, I'm trying to keep it together here, right? But I'm telling you right now, if I see any receiver for Atlanta go in motion and they catch the damn ball and they're that open again, you just pick whichever Green Bay receiver you want, and then now Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker, dude.
Put up
45 yards, 135 yards, whatever it was.
And 3 touchdowns.
3 tutties? Come on, man.
You would have thought he was Randy Moss.
And now the one in the red zone, okay, I get it. What are you supposed to do? You're trying to keep everything in front of you. That's what you wanted. And he just burnt, a linebacker to the outside. You know what I mean?
But he killed Mikey on that last one he did. He killed Mikey.
Oh my God. That was a bad one. I did watch it with some bias to try and figure out how I can help my man, save him from it. And there wasn't too much wiggle room there. You have to go back and really look and just be like, maybe because Will Harris was out, he that's a new spot. Who knows, right? He's used to having this guy back, whatever. But it's all excuses at this point. And it really, it sucks to watch because it made the score in the game a lot closer than what it really was. But at the end of the day, we got the dub. That's all that matters in this league is getting wins. If we went to the Super Bowl 1-1 or 1-50, guess what? We got that ring, baby. So at the end of the day, win is a win. I'll take it. But it's on tape now. You're a quarter away. Well, I guess not. You can't say that anymore. But you're 4 games in, your 4th week.
Yep.
Every team that's abused you in that pass game is just like you said, through the middle of the field and on a damn drag motion route. That's the thing that I'm just not getting. If they're moving in motion, guess who's getting the ball, man? Guess who's going to get the ball? Yes, keep it in front of you. I totally get it. But now that it's in front of you, go make the play. You can't let them just keep. Now, okay, he caught it in front of you and ended up behind you. That's what you can't have. That is something you cannot have. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you're playing contain on a read option, but you just let the running back run up the middle. Okay, we did a great job of keeping contain, but someone has to get the tackle. You know what I mean? You can't do both. So, no. But I appreciate you shouting the big boys out, man. That is Chris Paul. He has earned that spot, man. He's probably Ron Rivera's best draft pick besides my man Quan. But because he's got Quan and he's got Chris Paul, and he took Bates. He took Cosme.
I think it goes Cosme, Quan, Paul, Bates.
I love Chris Paul though, man. He is, and his brother's a first round draft pick out of nowhere, right? It's in the bloodline, man. These dudes know what they're doing, and at the end of the day, if he's going to produce, I don't give a shit if he's the 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant, undrafted. I don't care if he came out of Norfolk State. I don't care where he came out.
Yep.
VMI. I don't care, man. If he's out there and he's balling, I don't give a damn that we got this guy from TCU that's a right tackle, left tackle. He can do it. Well, I don't give a damn. I don't care. If you're blocking and you're keeping our quarterback upright and you're creating holes and opportunities for our offense to score points, you're good with me, man. So
I agree.
yeah,
I
just
agree.
score the points. That's the big deal. So,
I agree. Score the points. Well, speaking of score, let's move on and start wrapping things up with our, per usual, our bread and butter. That's not mock drafts. Our score predictions. You and I, we were conservative last week, and we blew
yeah.
at the Raiders. So, with that being said, with the injuries for both teams, what is your score prediction going into Sunday?
All right. So, disclaimer. What are we doing? Because last week we knew Jayden wasn't going to play. What are we doing this week?
I'm going no Jayden, no Terry.
Oh, definitely no Terry. Yeah, I can't see Terry playing. That could keep Jayden out the game. But I mean, I don't know, man. He did a lot more, but I think we'll just do the score as Mariota was there. And,
Yep.
It'll just be a little disclaimer. But with Mariota playing against the Falcons in Atlanta, I'm not going to get too crazy and not let last week fool me, right? And I'm not going to let last week fool me because they did give us a game last year with this same team, quarterback, all that good stuff. Better defense, I guess you can say. But I think going to the script side of it with no receivers, and if Bill plays, we got 3 running backs who all feasted last week. I think I'm gonna stick around that, mid-20s because unfortunately we're probably gonna kick a damn field goal, miss 3, make 1. So I'll say we win this game. I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 24, and I think we whoop them too. I'm gonna go 24-10.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
24-10.
I want to say 27, but I can't count on Matt Gay to make 2 field goals.
See, I'm kind of worried this is a game we're going to do. The fourth quarter is going to be the show and tell for Atlanta. Like, oh, no, we can score points the same way Las Vegas will just scoring points in the fourth quarter. So I'm going to, again, conservative. Well, John, you got to take a risk sometimes. Every time I take a risk, we get burnt.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm going 28-20.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. Yeah, 28. See, that's why I went it last week because I was trying to manifest no field goals, just all touchdowns. But, I think it's going to be a heavy dose in the run game, included Mariota. He's going to run 5, 6, 7 times. Chris, Jeremy, and Bill, health, obviously being a factor. I think they all get close to 10, if not, Bill should, if he starts and he's good to go, he'll get more than 10 just because I think the script is going to lead him that way. And like you said, who are their dogs on defense? They're edge guys. Those guys coming off, just run the ball, just run right. It's just like Michael, run right at him. What the hell are they going to do? They're not good. They're going to get off Tunsil's block. Yeah. Good luck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Chris Paul's a beast in the middle too. So don't get it twisted. So I think it's just going to come down to the fact that this is going to be one of those games where you're watching and you're just like, man, damn, throw the ball. But at the end of the day, when we win the game, everyone's going to be fine. It's going to be one of them boring, stick it out, old school, just probably run the damn ball 45 times, something like that, a total on the team, something close to it. Or not 45, my bad, 35 times. And, just get the job done, get it done the hard way, and come home with the dub.
Hey, I agree with that. So you got 24-10. I got 28-20. Let's hope we score more points than that and we give up less points than either of us are asking. But no, let's get up out of here. I cannot wait for Sunday because this is going to be another test of this. It's going to be Mariota. This is going to be James. This is going to be Terry. we came into the season thinking we weren't going to be anxious. We are now anxious about like a third of the roster. Don't like the feeling, especially with the gauntlet we're about to do after Atlanta. But with that being said, we will talk about more of that later on other episodes. For those who are watching, appreciate y'all sticking on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Like I said, road to 1,000 subscribers. We are 260 subs away from 1,000. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about BIB, Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy podcast, Twitter at BIB podcast 22 because 28 hates long usernames. And you can go follow Nick at commanders_field_pass on Instagram. His link obviously down in the description underneath all of BIB's socials. So Nick, appreciate you coming on again, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate being here.
Absolutely. Guys, let's raise hell this Sunday. Let's hope and pray that those dirty birds get turned over and roasted over a fire with our spears. Let's hope for this win. With that being said, guys, don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see y'all out there.
Let's get it.